Hello, I'm reading Evie, and today I'm going to talk about The Ghost of Marlow House by Bobbi Holmes. So before I start, I'd like it noted that this is going to be a really long series, just because it's 38 books long. My notes might not be as long for each of these, but I'll still make videos about them. So the first one, when Danielle Boatman inherits Marlow House, she dreams of turning it into a seaside bed and breakfast. Since she's never visited the property, Danielle's not sure what awaits for her in Oregon. She certainly doesn't expect to find one of the house's previous owners still in residence. After all, the man has been dead for almost 90 years. Shouldn't he have moved on by now? Charming Walt Marlow convinces Danielle the only way he can move on is if she solves the mystery of his death. Danielle soon discovers her real problems may come from the living, those who have their sights on Marlow House's other secret. So I'd like to also preface this by saying this whole premise just reminds me of the show Ghost, which if you haven't seen it, it's on Paramount Plus. It's a really good show. Freaking hilarious. It's interesting, we also get into the view of a dead man. Unfortunately misogynistic one, as women wearing pants bothers him. But he was a product of his time, so Walt is moving on. I figured the book would be ending with this. And so Danielle and Walt were talking about moving on, and he suddenly starts, I think, floating up in the air basically, and then disappears. So it seemed like he was moving on, but apparently he didn't. So I said, where did he go then? So apparently he floated up to the attic because he was bored of what Danielle was saying. So Walt didn't know what a TV was. So I googled. Apparently that came out in 1929 was when the first TV sold. Walt died in 1925. So he was 4 years dead before the first TV was sold. They're also talking about the internet. So that was just funny. So the book is set place in 2014 also, just to put that out there. So the freaking up is up with Ian. I wonder if he's looking for treasure or something. So Ian was their neighbor, and he staged an introduction by using his well-trained dog, and telling the dog to go into their backyard, I think. I don't know how she got in the backyard, come to think of it. But yeah, so he used the dog to pretend that she didn't listen to him. But anyways, he was just suspicious. Walt is 26. I was expecting an old man. I guess with the name Walter, or I think it was just Walt, but you expect a 96-year-old man. But no, he was 26. So I was like, okay. So Walt can visit Lily in dreams. Lily is Danielle's best friend. And apparently Walt didn't know that he could visit in her dreams. He just was thinking of it or something. Thinking of her, or thinking of Danielle. And so he did. He visited in a dream and talked about stuff. Walt was a jewel thief. Suspicious. Probably what Ian, Bill, and Adam are after. So just basically 3 random men, Bill and Adam. They live in the town. So they are after the treasure in the house, but it seems that Bill and Adam are teaming up, and then it's just Ian. So kind of like a race. I hesitate to say this, but Danny lost her husband in a car crash a few months ago. And that's how he found out that he was having an affair with his assistant, who was also in the vehicle. So that's why she basically is moving to Oregon and, setting up a B&B. So it's convenient timing that she inherited the house. So if Ian is telling the truth, he's actually an author. So, weird. I don't know about that though. Supposedly he's gathering info for the book he's doing, which apparently was true. Bill and Adam broke in, and Bill broke the window. Walt told Danny this, so she hired him to fix the window and then dropped the bomb on him that she knew and she's not going to be paying him. He tried to be all upset. I'm like, no, you broke the window and you're going to fix it. So I thought the way she went about it was funny and smart. So Walt is actually not a jewel thief. So he had a love before his wife who Oh, I didn't make a note on it. Okay. Well, so his wife married him for money because obviously Walt's rich because he has this whole mansion. And so I think the wife's name was Angela. So Angela married Walt for money. And then with her brother Roger, she made a plan to kill Walt for the money. So it backfired on her though. So she went to a different town as alibi to visit her brother Roger, when in reality, Roger was in, or whatever city they're in, town they're in. It's a small town. So his plan was to go kill Walt, and then Angela actually got ran over by a car, so she ended up dying. So she did not get rewarded with that money. Oh well. So, and Walt, in his will, wrote that if Angela, for whatever reason, died before him, his estate and everything with it would go to his housekeeper. Because she seemed like she was struggling. And the housekeeper did not know this. So this is how Danny ends up basically getting the house years later, because it was that family line. So Walt had a real love before Angela, which her name was Eva, who unfortunately didn't like him back though, or love him back like that. But he sold the necklace of Eva's because her deadbeat husband replaced the gems with fake stones. And she didn't want to return to her family out of shame with it. So, I thought that was sweet. And the necklace actually ended up being real, those stones in it. We don't know how. I'm hoping we find that out in the next book. And guess who the rightful owner is? Danny. Somehow. So, how did that happen? Oh, so Eva also passed away, because apparently everyone just dies in this book, I guess, which, Ghost of Marlow House. You kind of expect that. This is also why I thought of it as Ghost, but not everyone dies on that property, so it's kind of not really a connection. Oh well. Where was I? Yeah, so Eva passed away somehow, some illness, I think. I don't remember. So her parents ended up leaving the necklace, not knowing, obviously, that it was replaced with fake stones. And they also didn't know where it was. They just were like, in case it's ever found, we'll leave this necklace to Walt. And then that ended up being tied to Danny, since she got his estate. It worked out very well. So she ends up selling the necklace, or at least she says she did. Or she says she's going to. And it sells for like over $1 million. We don't know how it got switched. Walt didn't go to the next level, as they call it. He chose to stay because he wants to find out how the necklace was real after all. So we shall see, I'm hoping. I'm reading on the second book now, but I just started. So they're all like 9-hour audiobooks. Not all of them, I shouldn't say all. Some of them are like 7, I think. And then a lot of them are like 8.5, so. I just started, so we'll see if I have more notes on that one. But yeah, so, I think I have it noted on the second book, but I'll just say here too. It worked out for Lily, right? Yeah, for Lily that Ian was a good guy, because it looks like they're about to be in a showmance. I'm kidding, this isn't Big Brother. So, but they do seem to really like each other, so I am happy for her that he was not a bad guy. But I really enjoyed the book. It was a quick read, fun. I'd give it a 5. I don't see why not. It's got a good ending. It was enjoyable all the way through. And it was funny, because you had Walt, who is just figuring out that he's a ghost after 90 years, and figuring out technology and TV, and then you have the bad guys breaking in while Walt is there, and he finally was able to channel the spirit. He knows how to change the remote, or the channel on the TV. So he kept doing that while the robbers were in there. And then he ends up throwing like balls at them or something at them. Yeah, badminton balls. So that was just kind of comedic. So I'm really enjoying it. We'll see if it's worth the 38 book read. And the 38th one just came out November. So the author is still writing them. I feel like this is a one for the money by Janet Evanovic's thing. They're competing against each other. Oh well, if you've read the series, let me know what you think. But please no spoilers if you finished the series or if you're caught up on it.